What's up guys, welcome to TheRev, where we review anything and everything. But today's focus, we are focusing on none other than the Primal Attack Camp Cretaceous. Camp Cretaceous Jurassic World T-Rex. This thing, I have to say, is amazing. First impressions right out of the box, or right in the box I should say. It is awesome. We do get a picture in the background of the camp. We do got Kenji, Brooklyn, Darius, and of course Toro in the bottom right. And the top left we have the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous logo, and we get to see this thing in its package. I will say that when I first got one, I was pretty disappointed because I noticed that the store that I bought it from did not handle it very well. It had markings all over it from probably getting banged up and just kind of thrown around. And when I went back to return mine and get a new one, to my surprise, majority of them were pretty dang messed up. But I was able to find a pretty good one, which I'm very happy about. So turning around this box, we do get to see what this dinosaur looks like in action. We also get to see the little fun pack that is included with this particular action figure. There's also a reminder at the back to get the Jurassic World Facts app. This T-Rex does have a little bit of a code at the bottom of its foot that you can go ahead and scan. First impressions, this box is pretty dang awesome. So let me go ahead and get this thing unboxed. And here we are. Here we are with the unboxed T-Rex. Now I will say that first impression, I love the texture and the detail that they did play everywhere from the bumps on its face to the little wrinkles of the skin, the texture of the skin. You do even have scars on this thing that is pretty dang amazing. Just looking around it, you got the scales, you got the texture of the skin. The texture of the skin makes this thing look absolutely realistic. Looking right at the face, we do see that there is much attention to detail on this action figure. The teeth are sporting a off-white color. The teeth are made from a different material than the head. It is rubber, and the tongue is rubber also. The paint job that we do have, we got a dark brown stripe down the back that fades into a lighter brown that fades into a yellowish brown on the underbelly. Looking from the side, you can't see how much this thing looks like a scaled down real life T-Rex. The material, majority of it is a hard plastic. The arms are movable and they are made of rubber, which is pretty cool. What I do wish that they did do was go ahead and paint the nails. I'm not sure why they left the nails unpainted. Rexy deserves a manicure. Go ahead and get the matching set to her toenails. But for the average person, I think that is okay. I don't know why they don't paint them. If you do have that answer, please let me know down below, because to go through this much detail and then to leave the fingernails unpainted, it is a little confusing. I'm not sure why they did do that. So yeah, the only parts that are made of a different material seem to be the teeth, the tongue, the arms, and the tip of the tail. Say that 5 times fast. Yeah, so the paint job is amazing. I love the movement that you can get from this thing. You can go ahead and get a good amount of head movement. You can make her look around. You can make her, act like she's in action, looking around. Make it as lifelike as possible, whether you are just a normal person who loves playing with toys, or you do like to make movies with these action figures. This one in particular is pretty amazing because you can go ahead and get realistic movements from the tail and you won't get your hand in the shot. The jaw is set closed, so if you are using this toy for toy photography, you are going to want to have to try and prop the mouth to stay open somehow. The legs are movable. You can pose Rexy in multiple stances. You can pose her low, medium, high, have her sniffing the air. It's pretty dang awesome. The only thing that I noticed when I was moving and playing around with the legs is at the bottom where the foot joint moves. For some reason, and I'm not sure if this is particular to my action figure only, but it keeps getting offset. I will set it to be straight and look normal, and then it will find its way to be offset again. I'm not sure if that's with all of them or just mine. As we can look at the feet, the scales, everything looks fantastic. If you wanted to go ahead and play with this thing inside the water, you can play with it up to a certain level, I guess. but you do have to keep in mind that the battery pack is exposed, and if you get that wet, you're probably going to ruin its roaring ability. And I probably wouldn't do that in general, just because I don't want to mess with wet batteries. Who is this action figure for? It is for anyone who loves dinosaurs. If you want to get a gift for somebody who loves dinosaurs and you want to get them a realistic gift, I will say that this one, if I was to receive this, I would be extremely happy. I love how realistic this thing is. It's good for if you're wanting to play with it, if you're wanting to use it for photography, if you're wanting to use it for movies, or you just want to play with it. Overall, this toy is absolutely fantastic for anybody who loves dinosaurs, in my opinion. What I will say is that while this figure does feel durable, it does look like, and based on what I've seen in stores, this hard plastic material will get dinged up pretty easily. So I would be gentle if you're trying to keep it as good shape as possible. But other than that, if you're just looking to play with it, you can play with this thing. It feels pretty sturdy. What I decided to do, because I don't have any other T-Rexes unboxed just yet, I decided to go ahead and use a 1/18 scale soldier, so you can go ahead and get an idea of what that looks like with this T-Rex compared to a 1/18 scale soldier. And I think it's pretty good if you're trying to do any kind of, again, photography or any kind of short film like that. Again, if we're just looking at this thing at face value and looking at it, I do think, in my opinion, it is worth the $39.99 that this thing is running for. I will say that if you do want to buy this figure, I do have it linked down below, and this link does support the channel financially. It doesn't cost you anything extra. All it does is it does help the channel. I do appreciate if you do use the link down below. But yeah, this is an absolutely fantastic figure. Easy to use. There's nothing really in particular that is hard. The legs are movable, which is pretty cool, because some of them, it's pretty hard to move the legs. This one isn't that bad. Leg movement is easy. You can position it easily. Constructive criticism, I would say that I do wish that they painted the nails. I do wish that, at least for mine, I'm not sure again if this is for others, that the foot joint does stay fixed. And I do wish that they went ahead and took a little bit better care of it, at least at my store. You might have a different experience, which I do hope you get a great figure without any dings or marks. But from face value, from the paint job to the textured details, I think it's fantastic. I think that the movement that you can do with the head from the tail is wonderful. The roar is pretty cool. The head moves and vibrates, which gives it a little bit more of a realistic moving feel, which is pretty awesome. And the roar is pretty intense. They hide the little button fairly well. They make it look as realistic as possible. So from the paint job, I love the coloration, the dark brown to the light brown to the light yellow brown. I think that they made this figure with people in mind if they want to go ahead and shelve this thing to make it look like a display piece or play with it. I think this piece is very versatile. In my opinion, I would rank this an easy 9.5 out of 10. I absolutely love this. The only thing I would improve and leave that 0.5 for improvement is, of course, the nails and the foot joint movement to go ahead and be a little bit better fixated. But yeah, this is the comparison, and now we're gonna go ahead and head out and see this thing in action. Here I go, having to check the T-Rex paddock all over again. The T-Rex hasn't been on this side of the island for so long. Why do I have to keep checking it? Wait a second. What is that? No, it can't be. What was that? Oh no. No, it couldn't be. That stupid T-Rex wouldn't come back here. Oh no, no! Thank you for watching, guys. Again, I would say that this is a 9.5 out of 10. I love the movement. The articulation is great. You can pose this thing in different positions. Whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult who loves to play with toys and collect them, it's honestly for anybody who loves dinosaurs, anybody of all ages. The amount of detail that they did pay attention to, I could see this going to anybody who loves dinosaurs. Price to value, I do think that it is worth the $39.99. I would buy it if I didn't have it already. I do recommend it in my opinion, but of course any purchases that you do decide to make, go ahead and make that with all of this kept in mind. Again, a 9.5 out of 10. But yeah, the detail from the face, the tiles, the scales, all of it, I think the detail that they have on this figure is fantastic, and I honestly think that this is the best dinosaur T-Rex that I've ever seen. But we will have some others to open and compare this thing to. So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe to TheRev. We'll be reviewing anything and everything that comes our way. So be sure to subscribe. We do have some more Jurassic collection toys to go ahead and unbox, so be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. Till next time, this is TheRev, signing out.